Not the way most people hope, but the honest answer depends on whether we are talking about food, pills, or an IV bag. So let me walk you through all three. I'm Michael Mirth. I'm a registered dietitian working in oncology, and vitamin C might be the most misunderstood nutrient in cancer care. On one end, it gets praised as a harmless immune booster, and on the other end, it gets sold as a miracle infusion that cures cancer. The truth sits somewhere in between, and it is worth taking a few minutes to sort out. Let's start with food, because this is where the news is genuinely good. Diets that are high in vitamin C, which in practice means diets rich in fruits and vegetables, are associated with lower rates of several cancers. That is a consistent and encouraging pattern. But here is the catch, and I want to be straight with you about it. It is very hard to untangle the vitamin C itself from everything else that comes along with it in produce. Fiber, carotenoids, hundreds of other compounds, all riding in the same orange or the same bell pepper. So when we see that people who eat more produce get less cancer, we cannot say for certain that vitamin C is the hero of that story. What we can say is that the overall package clearly points in the right direction, and that a colorful, produce-rich plate is one of the best supported habits in all of nutrition. Now, what about pills? If some vitamin C is good, a lot must be better, right? This idea has a famous history. Back in the 1970s, Linus Pauling, a brilliant scientist and Nobel laureate, popularized the claim that large oral doses of vitamin C could treat cancer. It was a compelling story from a credible voice, and it caught on. But compelling stories still have to survive testing, and this one did not. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic ran randomized trials, published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 1979 and again in 1985, and high-dose oral vitamin C provided no benefit for patients with advanced cancer. Not a small benefit, no benefit. That is why, decades later, you will not find oral megadose vitamin C in any evidence-based cancer treatment plan. The pills are a myth we can gently set down. So why does IV vitamin C keep coming up? Because it really is a different thing, biologically speaking. When you swallow vitamin C, your gut can only absorb so much, and your body tightly controls how much ends up in your blood. When vitamin C is delivered intravenously, it bypasses the gut entirely and reaches blood levels far higher than any pill could ever produce. At those concentrations, it is behaving less like a nutrient and more like a drug, which is why researchers took a fresh look at it even after the oral trials failed. Here is what the human trials actually show so far. In early phase studies, high-dose IV vitamin C given alongside standard treatment appears to be generally safe, and it may reduce some treatment side effects and improve quality of life. Those are meaningful things, and they are worth studying further. But I want to be just as clear about what has not been shown. IV vitamin C has not been shown to shrink tumors or extend survival on its own. So if you ever hear it described as a cancer cure, that claim is running far ahead of the evidence. It is a promising supportive question under investigation, not a treatment, and it should never, ever replace chemotherapy, radiation, surgery, or any therapy your oncologist has recommended. If you're curious about it, that is a completely reasonable thing to bring to your oncology team, so they can weigh it in the context of your specific treatment. So here is where I land. Get your vitamin C from food, from a colorful, produce-rich diet, because that pattern is tied to lower cancer risk and carries essentially no downside. Skip the oral megadose pills, because the evidence simply does not support them. And hold the IV question with open-minded caution, always in partnership with your care team. You do not need a miracle molecule. You need good food, good treatment, and good communication with the people guiding your care, and those three things together are a genuinely powerful place to stand.